Okay, time to now accelerate and get set for a big policy meet tomorrow. Already certain measures have been put into place, basically the CRR hike of 50 basis points, which the market took quite well. But what will Governor Reddy's stance be in terms of also his finer points of policy? Here is a look at NDTV's exclusive poll ahead of that event. First off, questions that we're asking on the repo rate, 55% saying yes, there could be a marginal increase of 25 bips on the repo rate front. So again, it's very mixed, just a 55%, 45% kind of mix, no clear majority favoring one case or the other. But inflationary pressures do persist, and we do expect some kind of monetary indication of the tools they'll have for further action. A reverse repo rate hike, unanimous reaction, no, that is certainly not going to be a case. So the mixed house is only in terms of repo rates. And as for CRR, that has been dealt with already. Let's get this view going, and let me welcome in an expert. Fareen Pasha, Program Manager, Economic Research and Analytics Group of Frost & Sullivan, joins us this afternoon. Fareen, afternoon.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining in. Let me ask you about the first move that you expect on the repo rate hike front. Do you expect at all a 25 bips move?
Absolutely. I would say that the RBI has to take this measure, especially after it's taken the measure of hiking the CRR ratio. I would definitely expect a hike in the repo rate, especially because they will be hesitant to touch interest rates just as yet. We know that farm credit, if it is touched, it's going to have a major impact, especially with production, farm production going down, prices going high. We know that the impact of price controls or excise and custom duty cuts is going to be only limited. So we would definitely expect repo rates to be affected. Also because we would not want them to touch interest rates, also given the vulnerability of retail lending right now. So I would be in favor of expecting a hike, definitely.
One big problem for all this, or the cause of all this, has been inflation, and the fact that it's persisting over 7% for such a while now. How much time do you feel that the existing measures will take place or will have effect so that inflation comes to 5%, which is the RBI's comfort zone?
Well, it is going to take a while. Most of these measures are not going to be affected, come into effect really soon. If you look at the CRR ratio hike, we do not expect it to even begin showing before June, July. And all the other measures. I would expect inflation to persist to be a problem because the interest rate differentials, which is actually causing the huge inflows of foreign exchange, which is actually a foreign currency, which is actually resulting in inflation. We have to remember that this inflation is not due to internal reasons alone. So this huge inflow of foreign currency is due to the interest rate differential, which will not get corrected anytime soon. So I would expect this to be at least a medium-term problem, if not longer.
What do you make of the money supply growth so far, about 20%? Does it indicate some kind of looseness still in the policy?
Of course, we've seen that the government, RBI has targeted a 17 to 17.5% band of monetary growth, but we've overshot it by 20.5%. So I would expect that the government, the RBI is obviously trying to, somehow sterilize the inflows of foreign currency into the market without touching growth. So it has to tighten the monetary screws further, and these steps are measures in that direction. But definitely a lot more looseness in that can be tightened.
How do you now balance out, or how does RBI, according to you, now balance out the twin problems? One side, a bit of slowing growth, which has been reflected on the GDP projections as well, and on the other hand, the skyrocketing commodity prices, which don't seem to be cooling anytime soon.
Well, this is a trade-off which the government is prepared for. I think they've already accepted the fact that to tighten some of the looseness in the monetary policy, they will have to sacrifice some amount of growth. So I would expect tightening of monetary, tightening of monetary pressures in the future, which will to some extent have an impact on growth to the extent that it translates to interest rates hikes.
What do you make of the fiscal policy at this point in time? Because analysts say that we should be looking at taking into account the kind of subsidy burden we have, which is getting more and more in terms of fertilizers and oil bonds. If you take that net into account, how dire does the situation in terms of the fiscal deficit look?
Well, there have been many measures taken, like you mentioned, whether it's fiscal measures to control inflation. These will need to continue, whether we have excise cuts, custom duty cuts for the tightening of the fiscal belt. These will need to be continued, and that's a need of the hour. We cannot expect monetary policy to solve the problem of inflation. We require further measures on the fiscal policy front. We also require certain other supply side factors like productivity increases or strategic imports at the strategic times that it is required. These need to be done as well. So it will have to be a balance between the fiscal and the monetary policy, tightrope walk.
What do you feel, Fareen, will the governor indicate in terms of a policy move for the next 1 year? I mean, do you think that the undertone of the policy statement will be hawkish?
Well, I would expect, what they did in, whether it was a third quarter review of the monetary policy in January, or we look at the credit policy of last year, we did not see very hawkish moves. We did not see any change in CRR ratio, repo rates, or any of that. But we expect the stand this time to be significantly different. And that is because of the contagion of global oil prices, global food prices, whether it's domestic lack in domestic production. We see tremendous pressure on the government to actually show results, take some dramatic steps. So taking into account all these things, I do expect a hawkish stand by the governor ready tomorrow.
What is Frost & Sullivan's target of the GDP growth rate for this year, and also how strong is the GDP growth rate to take further rate hikes? I'm trying to get the resilience as well. Will a 25 bips mean that GDP will have a bit of a slowdown? Will a 50 bips mean that GDP will have a significant slowdown?
Well, we do expect the GDP rate to remain resilient. There are very strong fundamentals driving this rate of growth. We see that whether it is the CRR rate or the repo rate, we see enough money supply in the market at the moment to absorb that. So I do not see a very significant hit on the GDP growth rate at the moment with the measures that have been announced so far.
Fareen, also this entire interest rate differential, because our government is looking at tightening back in the US, Fed is going to possibly announce a 25 bips rate cut. Is this interest differential now worrying you?
Absolutely, because if you see the reason for inflation, like I mentioned earlier, it's only to a limited extent the result of our internal conditions. So until we have this huge interest rate differential, even if we try and increase measures, we have measures to increase interest rates to control our inflation, we have this interest rate differential that is really not reducing or not reducing to the extent that we want. So definitely it's a worrying sign, because that means that our battle against inflation becomes that much harder.
All right, Fareen, many thanks indeed for joining us this afternoon. Pleasure having you on the show with us. Let's also hear out